what's me, and welcome to a Whisper Ramble in the best possible timeline. Tonight's ramble is going to be short. I'm just going to talk about the legalities in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Obviously, I do not have a dog in this fight. I have never met Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, much to my dismay. So this is going to be as objective as I can manage. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not biased at all. I'm going to try to keep it factual and not subjective. And if you want the subjective stuff, I just rambled for almost an hour on a live on my Patreon. And that's where my opinions are. And here, I'm just going to try to give you my thoughts, questions as someone who has a law degree. Not like a legal studies bachelor's degree, like I have a JD, I have a Juris Doctor degree in law. And yes, this is inspired by the Mad Hatter's makeup in the end of Through the Looking Glass. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning here, and there's still noise happening in my house. These are the challenges of ASMR. Anyway, the point is, what is the point? Legalities. Okay, so in case I'm just going to talk to you like you don't know. So if you do know, maybe watch a different video because this might be boring. But Amber Heard sued. Oh, also, I should say, I have a terrible memory, so if anything in this is like intriguing, thought-provoking, stands out, please fact check me because I might be wrong because I literally have brain damage. So don't pick on me. I'm doing the best I can. Moving on. Amber Heard sued Johnny Depp for slander. Now, slander means that you lied about someone. If it's true, it's not slander. And you lied with malicious intent. And that lie hurt their reputation. I think it has to be in an objectively observable way. So in this case, Amber Heard wrote an op-ed, I think it was for the Washington Post, and that's why it's in Virginia, the trial. And within a couple days of her writing this op-ed, I think Johnny Depp got fired from Pirates of the Caribbean and asked to leave the Fantastical Beasts movie. So those were two things that he felt were directly related to her op-ed. And in the op-ed, she doesn't name Johnny, but she does say things to the effect of, I was a victim of domestic violence and I tried to speak out and I got shamed for it because powerful men always win in the patriarchy was kind of the vibe. It was really poorly written. It really made me feel, no, I'm not going to go into that. That is in the other video. Who cares how it made me feel? These are the facts. Okay, so she writes this op-ed. I told you what the vibe was. He sues her for slander. She countersues him. He sues her for $50 million also, which makes sense. You're Johnny Depp. You had 2 movies. Now you have no movies. And not only did you lose those 2 movies, but now nobody wants to work with Johnny Depp. It's been hard for him to get work. I mean, basically got blacklisted. And the vibe in the op-ed too was how dare anyone who still works with this man. It didn't name Johnny Depp again, but it felt very I'm calling you out. Anyone who didn't side with Johnny Depp, I'm calling you out. Sorry, it's not the most relaxing video. But some people get relaxed from murder mysteries, so here we go. So Johnny Depp sues her for $50 million, which is so fair. I feel I don't know how much Johnny Depp makes per movie, but it wouldn't be bananas to me if was like $25 million. And then also, these are 2 movies. It's not like Blow. It's not like Rum Diaries. It's not like Donnie Brasco. Like, these are kids' movies, and kids' movies have rides at Disneyland, and they have shirts. Like, there's not gonna be that many, like, Rum Diaries shirts. But there's gonna be Fantastic Beasts shirts, and I'm pretty sure he gets a cut of those royalties. And there's gonna be Jack Sparrow t-shirts and action figures, and he would have got a cut of all that. And they probably, I think they were gonna make more than just one more Pirates movie. So there's like other movies directly related to these opportunities he lost that conceivably are other opportunities lost because of this op-ed. And so then she countersues, and I've read that she countersued him for $50 million and that she countersued him for $100 million. I don't know which one of those is true. Somebody please let me know. But like, what? Like, I don't know of anything she lost. She said she lost Aquaman. The guy who works at, I think it's Marvel, was like, we had an option to renew her contract for Aquaman 2. We never said we were going to. We never intended to. Amber Heard was like, I had that. And when they asked him on the stand, they were like, you know, Amber Heard said she had this job. He was like, I don't know what to tell you. She lied. That's what I remember. Fact checked all of this. Because it's not like I binge watched this, but I have watched like an embarrassing amount. It's like what I do before bed now. No, don't recommend. Anyway, so she countersues him for $50 to $100 million. I don't know where she's getting those numbers from. Like, his number made sense, and I felt like was even small, and her numbers is like what? And what she sued him for was defamation, libel, slander. And here's a part that's legal, and it's confusing a lot of people. It's not something he said, it's something his lawyer said. So his lawyer tweeted something to the effect of like, all of this, what is it called? What am I trying to say? All of this domestic violence accusations of being brought against Johnny Depp are like a hoax, and Amber Heard and her friends will like say anything to perpetuate this hoax. It was like the vibe. And so that is why that was the basis of the countersuit of the libel slander thing. Now everyone's like, why is she suing Johnny Depp over that? Let me tell you. People like, it doesn't make sense at first glance, but there's this law. I think it's respondeat superior, which means, I think, let the master answer in Latin. And so that law means that if someone is acting in their role of employment when they break the law, you can sue the employer. So it makes a little less sense in this case, like just intuitively. But for example, I don't know why this is the example I made up and I've been giving everybody. If I go to Safeway, if I go to the grocery store, and the cashier hates the Mad Hatter, and so she punches me in the face, I can sue her, and I can sue the grocery store, because she was working at the grocery store when she broke the law. So that is how Johnny Depp's lawyer got him sued. I don't know who that is either. Is that one of the lawyers in the trial? I don't know. Where did that guy make? Why are you tweeting that as a lawyer? What is going on? This whole story. So, my leg is asleep, but if I get off my leg, then I'll be too short. I'll like fall out of the frame. Okay, so hijinks ensue. They go to court. Each one of them says they don't want to be there. And Amber Heard especially is like, this is the worst thing that's happened to me. And it's like, yeah, it would suck to become the most hated woman in America overnight, and maybe the world. I can imagine that being bad, especially if you have a personality disorder. You really care a lot what other people think. Saying that she does, I would never say that. I don't know. But peep the other video if you want my opinions. Back to the law. So, Johnny Depp wins, but so does Amber Heard. And Johnny Depp was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. So compensatory damages are like, she committed slander, she lied with malice, and it fucked your shit up, and it fucked you out of $10 million. Where are they getting that number from? I don't understand. Like, Johnny Depp loses at least 2 movies and all the royalties associated with that, and potentially other movies, like, arguably. Is Johnny Depp only making $5 million a movie? What is this, 1999? I don't understand what's happening. So I don't know where that number came from. And the punitive damages, the $5 million, is like, we don't want people acting this way in the future, so we're going to punish you, Amber Heard, for being a naughty banana, and that's why you have to pay $5 million, and hopefully that will deter other people. That's the public policy behind punitive damages. We're trying to deter future Amber Heards. People committing libel, slander. So then they award Amber Heard $2 million, which is like, again, where are these numbers coming from? Like, what did Amber Heard lose because of something Johnny Depp's lawyer tweeted? Did anyone go, did you see what Johnny Depp's lawyer said? Amber Heard, you're fired. I don't know. Again, she said she lost out on Aquaman because of it, and Marvel was like, we never hired her for Aquaman 2. This is awkward. So I don't know where that number came from. Here's where it gets interesting. Amber Heard's lawyer came out today and said that Amber Heard wants to appeal the verdict. So I think, as a bad law school student, I think you can appeal the amount of damages or like the whole case. And she made it sound like she was going to appeal the whole case. And this is my favorite part. She's like, we're absolutely going to appeal because there was a lot admitted into evidence in this case that shouldn't have been. Let's just sit with this for a second. Amber Heard's lawyer wants to appeal because the jury knows too much. Because, like, that's, even if that's why you want to appeal, why would you say that out loud? You should say something like, justice wasn't served, my client is a victim, she's telling the truth, not the jury knows too much, they saw too much, and they shouldn't have been able to see what they saw. Like, oh, where did you find these lawyers, Amber Heard? Like, I never practiced law, and I just see that that's a terrible move. Yeah, so let's talk about some of the too muchery the jury saw. So, things the jury saw that they didn't want them to are things like, this is a good one. In a deposition, which is like years before the case, when you first start the court proceedings, it's during the discovery process. So the lawyers are discovering all the information, all the relative information. They're interviewing all the witnesses and getting all the testimony and getting their stories straight and figuring out who they're going to ask what questions to in court based on what their answers are in the deposition. So this is a deposition, I think, between Johnny's lawyer and Amber Heard. Amber Heard's on camera. You could see her. I think the lawyer was Johnny's lawyer. If it was Johnny's lawyer, like, I don't think it was this Camille Vasquez lady, because this person fell asleep at the switch. And Camille seems like she's on her shit. So when I say they fell asleep at the switch, the question was like, Amber, you text this dude that you both know that you needed to talk to Johnny, didn't you? And she was like, yeah, I did, because I didn't want him to find out on the internet that I had filed for divorce because it had been leaked to TMZ. She literally does this. She grabs her face, then she tries to pull it off. She's like she was like rubbing moisturizer. She even looks at her hands afterwards, and it's like she's said multiple times that whether it was the time that TMZ saw her and took a picture when she was filing for divorce, or whether it was the cabinet slamming video that TMZ now owns the copyright to, which is another legal thing we can get into, that she did not sell that information to TMZ, leak that information to TMZ. She said that under oath, under perjury, like under the threat of perjury. What perjury is like when you lie under oath, that's a criminal offense. So if she did leak that to TMZ, then, which it looks like she did, in that video was seen by the jury. And Amber Heard's team was like, they don't need to see that video. In fact, they can read the transcript. It's the same thing. And it's like, no, because in the transcript, you're not going to see that moment where she lets the truth fall out of her mouth and then she does this. So that's, in my humble opinion, some of the evidence that they didn't want the jury to see, that they did see. What else did the jury see that they might not have wanted the jury to see? Can't remember. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. Trying to think. That's just such a bad move. They know too much, and if they knew less, they would have believed her. That was another thing that she was like, they didn't believe her because she had been demonized. Like, yes, has Amber Heard been demonized during the last month or so? Absolutely. Because everybody thinks she's lying, but the jury didn't see that. The jury shouldn't have access to the internet. The jury shouldn't be seeing the memes and the TikToks and all the stuff. That's part of being a juror. You're like in this little bubble of a world, and so it's not like it's like Pandora's box has been opened. You're not gonna find a jury that knows less about the case and has seen like less memes and less demonization than the one you already had. So that's weird. Here's other fun legal stuff. So the guy who was like the field manager, I think he said, at TMZ, isn't allowed to say who sold TMZ the video of Johnny slamming cabinets when Amber's like needling him 2 days after his mom died, and right when he got like robbed for hundreds of thousands of dollars or something, and right before their divorce. She like takes a video of the whole thing, sets it up. He slams cabinets. He's looking for booze. He's looking for a big mega pint to pour a wine glass into. TMZ owns the copyright to that video. TMZ can only own the copyright to that video if the owner of the video sold it to them. Amber Heard shot the video. Now the version that TMZ released, doesn't show Amber Heard setting up the camera. So it's not 100% clear to anyone except Johnny Depp that Amber Heard owned that video. But when you see the thing in its entirety, as the jury saw it, you can see that Amber Heard is the one who took the video. TMZ owns the copyright. In order to own the copyright, they had to get it from the person who owns the video. It sounds like Amber Heard gave TMZ that video. She swears under oath that did not happen. So now we can infer that either Amber Heard is committing perjury or the guy who used to work for TMZ is committing perjury. And there's so many cases like that in this case. Either Amber Heard is lying or the hotel manager is lying, because their stories aren't matching up. So that's not a good look. Yeah, I don't know why she would want to appeal. It's like, here's the thing, because if she does appeal, the next time the jury might decide that Johnny Depp should get the whole $50 million because he lost $50 million in compensatory damages, and we're going to slap you with $10 million for punitive damages, and she could come out $60 million in debt. Like, that's a very real possibility. What is your legal team telling you, Amber Heard? You just stay home. Stop all this. Stop wasting the court's time before you end up millions more dollars in debt. I said an opinion. Anyway, that is my opinion. That she should just stop while she's behind, because you could get more behind. They also might not think that Johnny Depp is guilty of slander, because again, slander, the first thing, it's got to have a lie. And Johnny Depp's lawyer said that Amber Heard's claims were a hoax. And the jury presumably agreed with that because they said she lied. So I don't know how they found Johnny Depp guilty of slander, and honestly, I would love to understand that better. I hope one of the jurors writes a book, because that sounds fascinating. Yeah, I think those are all the legal things I wanted to talk about. I think I'm going to shoot a really short video to follow up about some personal opinion stuff for my Patreon page that I forgot to say, but that's all the legal stuff. We shall see how things proceed. It will be very interesting. Is Amber Heard really going to appeal this? Is she going to appeal the verdict and the judgment? Like the damages, the money? It sounds like it. If so, how could that go better for her next time? I don't know. Anyway, that was my unsolicited legal take on all things Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I hope absolutely nothing like that ever happens to any of you. This court is a mess, and all of that is just not very relaxing. Sorry. Yeah. I wish you so much luck, love, joy, ease, abundance, communicative, beautiful relationships where people are joined in loving partnership in this best possible time. I bid you adieu until next time.